Hello, welcome to this demonstration of Cordys Cloud Provisioning. Before we get started with the demo, here's a quick overview of the benefits of Cordys Cloud Provisioning. Typically, Cordys Cloud Provisioning is used by service providers and large IT departments to help them differentiate their customer experience by bringing together their network, the infrastructure as a service, software as a service, and their consulting skills. It helps them reduce complexity by offering them a technology-agnostic service provisioning and orchestration engine. It helps service providers create significant value by going beyond bundling and reselling existing offerings, and it helps them deliver new products and services by aggregating and automating the delivery of those products. And it helps service providers evolve to become a cloud broker by federating and distributing high-margin business services. So what is Cordys Cloud Provisioning? Well, Cordys Cloud Provisioning is a service provisioning and orchestration platform, and it's technology agnostic, so it can work over the top of existing multiple products. It allows companies to aggregate and enhance their existing systems, software as a service from the cloud, and infrastructure as a service. And it allows them to measure, meter, and integrate all of this together with their billing system. This in turn allows them to create new products and services and catalogs of those things, which they can distribute across multiple channels. And for ease of use, it takes a model-driven view to provisioning to allow the right people to model the provisioning process. Okay, so let's get on with the demonstration. So what you can see first is how Cordys Cloud Provisioning allows you to model the provisioning process. And in this case, we've got a process that allows you to choose whether you're provisioning an application or a service. So, if you were to go over to the application store for this company called Cloud Mall, you can see the products and the services that we're offering in our application store. And in this case, we're looking at a sales opportunity bundle that's made up of Salesforce, Cordys Process Factory, and others. And what it allows users to do is to look at this product and service, see what's made up of it, and actually choose that, I want to buy 3 copies of this demonstration for 3 different users. Fill in my email address and my details for billing, and what Cordys Process Factory will allow you to do is, having completed all of this information, it will then provision Salesforce, Cordys Process Factory, and the other applications to the users that you've nominated in this process. So here you can see I'm entering the details, I'm choosing to add this to my corporate account. I can then review the order, and this order is going to tell me that the Opportunity Manager, Salesforce CRM, and Cordys Process Factory are going to be provisioned to the users that I've selected. So you'll see as we go through the provisioning process, in this case, it's an application subscription. Now, when you go into that sub-process, you'll see here this is the process of provisioning. So we're checking, has Salesforce been requested? If it has, then we add the Salesforce subscription data. Has Google been selected? And in this case, the answer was no. And so we're creating a new tenant, admin, and applications. And this is the sub-process that's going to provision that offering. So you'll see here we've run this process. I've said I need 3 users, and I get an email, in this case in Google Mail, that's allowing me to say, thank you for your order, Rich. This is the details. This is what you've been billed. This is what you've ordered. Opportunity Manager, the application, Salesforce CRM, and Cordys Process Factory, and how much that cost. What we'll then be able to see is we'll be able to go in to the environment, and you'll see here are the information as an end user for you to log in to get access to the Opportunity Manager application. So here's my username and password. And also, here's my ability to get my Salesforce account and the other applications that were part of the Opportunity Bundle. So, what you can see now is that Rich is going to log in to the Cordys Process Factory, and that was provisioned by Cordys Cloud Provisioning. And when I log in, you'll see the applications that I have access to as part of the Opportunity Manager. Now what you'll also see is that actually I can access Salesforce as well, and that's been provisioned by Cordys Cloud Provisioning. So as we go over to Salesforce, it allows me to log in. And it's worth noting at this point that the Cordys Cloud Provisioning product integrates with Cordys products, Salesforce.com, Google Apps. There's a whole load of applications and services that come out of the box integrated with Cordys Cloud Provisioning. So now you can see Salesforce has been provisioned. I've logged in as Rich, and now I can start to use the opportunity capabilities of Salesforce here. as I fill in my information, you'll see that I'm entering information about this opportunity, information about when this is set to close. And what we're doing as users are using Salesforce, are using Cordys Process Factory, are using any of the other applications that have been provisioned by Cordys Cloud Provisioning, is we're metering and measuring how much of that has been used. So this allows the service provider to measure how much has been used, charge in a fair way, and offer these new products, services, or these value-added things that they can offer with a subscription model, which gives them the right opportunity and the right prices. Okay, so now that I've updated all of the information in Salesforce, this is now updated the Cordys Process Factory and the Opportunity Management application. And you can see here that Rich is entering more information about what the next steps are and what we need to do to complete the process of this opportunity. So as he adds more notes and information to the opportunity, it's going to be saved inside of the application and update the right people about what needs to be done. So Rich is now going to complete this task, and you'll see that the status of this task is now complete. What we're now going to do is actually take one of the other services that was provisioned as part of Cordys Process Factory, and we're going to create a new application. So this is where we start to look into extending the services and the applications that CCP can provision, but actually then extend them to create new applications and new value-added services. So you'll see here that we have a Jar Jar SMS service, which allows you to call voice and text services over a web service. And so what we're doing now is we're saying I need to subscribe my 3 users that I provisioned Salesforce for earlier and provision them this Jar Jar service as well. So I'm going to enter my billing information, and this will provision the Jar Jar service out to those 3 users as well. Now this Jar Jar service is going to be used to create new applications and services to go with Salesforce and the other things that we provisioned earlier. So you'll see here, this is the provisioning process for Jar Jar. And in this case, you'll see it's a slightly more complex provisioning process, because what we're doing is we're checking that a tenant exists and that actually the user can have the ability to use the Jar Jar service, and actually we're going to register processes, Jar Jar, and other applications through Cordys Cloud Provisioning. And by taking this process-centric approach, it allows the provisioning of these services to be managed. Any errors, exceptions, or situations that occur can be managed. And actually, you'll see here that what we've done is we've created a new tenant inside of the Cordys Process Factory, and we've provisioned them the Jar Jar service. So now when I search for the SMS service, you'll see that it is now here in my service catalog. And it means that I can now go and create a brand new application to send a text message to those users that had been provisioned Salesforce and the other applications that we saw earlier. So you'll now see that in the Cordys Process Factory, we can very quickly take the service that was provisioned, create a new application from it, and that application is going to present me a form, maybe on my mobile device, maybe in my Google Sites, maybe in my existing portal. And I'm going to create a new application, take the SMS service, create a form from it very quickly, and then from there I'm going to be able to enter the information that I need to send a text message straight from Salesforce. So we're taking Salesforce, we're taking Google, and we're taking this text service and combining them together to create a new application. And all of the things that were required to create that application, so Salesforce, Google, and the text message service, were all provisioned by Cordys Cloud Provisioning, which integrates to those different services and allows me to provision them. So you'll see here I've created my form. This is very quickly done in Cordys Process Factory. And now this form allows me to send a text message to those users based on the information that I enter. So now I'm going to click the send SMS button, and you'll see when I click this button that actually this little message at the bottom tells me as the developer that actually the message has been sent. And you'll see here that now if I log out of my shopping cart, log back in as the shop administration user, that I'm responsible for this catalogue and channel of services. So as the service provider, I can now go and see, how many times has this been used? How many times has, have my services been consumed? How much has people paid for? So you can see here that actually, the service that we offered to the catalogue of the text message service, that there was one person has called that service. We've just updated that by sending another text message, and you'll see that this is now updated to 2. And you can see that in this case, there's a metering report that allows me to see that Rich has used the SMS service twice, and hence he will be billed accordingly. And hopefully you've seen that this is pretty easy to do, and it's manageable all through your web browser. So thank you for the demonstration. Look forward to you on the next one. Bye-bye.